Yes. Great. Yeah, I saw actually more than half of you guys have heard about those vulnerabilities. That's great. So I think that's a very good start. You know some of them, although maybe you know them like in very details. Maybe you just heard about the names of them, but either way, that's great. And I'm pretty sure that at the end of this semester, all of you guys will know them and handle them very well. You will get a chance to actually play with them in the sense that you're going to exploit those vulnerabilities. We're going to set up vulnerable services for you guys to play and have fun, or even get the root access for some, services like vulnerable programs. So hopefully at the end of the day, at the end of the semester, you will be able to ace those vulnerabilities. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think it works now.
Yeah, it looks like somebody just completely turned everything off.
Oh,
somehow.
That's the reason. Interesting. Yeah.
There you go.
Cool. Thank you very much. All right, guys, just give me a second. Let me set up the screen. It'll be real quick. All right. Okay, so I guess everyone here, you guys can see the screen, and also people from Zoom, can you see the screen as well? Also, can you hear me? Yes, cool. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna just go through this real quick, and then we can continue. This is the introduction slide, and as I already introduced myself, you already know me, myself, and our lab, right? And I just talked about the covered content, what kind of vulnerabilities that we will cover from this class. Okay, and then as I mentioned, they're all vulnerabilities, and you will attack them. You will ethically attack them, and then attacking them, of course, it's skillful. It requires technical understandings. So what kind of attack that you will do in this semester? It is that you will, do a basic Stack Overflow attacks format string. You will do ROP, which is the, it's called return-oriented programming. It's okay that you have not heard about this before. You will know that very well. I promise you about that. And also you will have all different kinds of house of star, attacks that's mostly for heap vulnerabilities. And also, besides attacks, because the ultimate goal of this class is not to teach you how to hack other people's machine, right? So it's to tell you how to defend yourself and your friends and those properties that, you're in charge of. So we will talk about how to defend. What are the modern techniques that are already equipped, help you with those kind of attacks? And also, what kind of defenses that you can probably do to protect yourself. Also, after I teach you those techniques, you may think about, okay, can we make this automated? Can I become a human that can attack by myself, but also, or find vulnerability by myself, but also use gears, use existing tools that can help you find a vulnerability by yourself, right? But automatically. So we will talk about those kind of automatic or semi-automatic tools and techniques, and many of them are widely applied to, you know, companies like big companies like Apple's and Google's, techniques like fuzzings or symbolic executions, and we will cover all of them during our semester. All right, so again, the goal of this class is to, you know, have you to be able to tell potential software security issues from the code, to have you to prove the presence of the security issues by showing actual working exploit, as well as to handle software vulnerability correctly, like to defend them properly. And ultimately, I hope that you can become an ethical hacker throughout this course. Okay, so that's the very high level overview. It's okay that you don't quite understand the details or even the high level, that's fine, because at the end of the semester, you will understand it very well. So no worries about that. And now let's talk about logistics, okay? So course setup. We're gonna make this course slightly different from a typical class in a way that we're gonna change the way that we interact and learn. So we're gonna have a flipped class. You will have a self-learning session and in-class lab. As you may already see, this is a 3-credit class, but you only need to attend one session. Like it's only like about 1.5 hours a week, right? Unfortunately, this doesn't mean that you only need to commit 1.5 hours a week. Unfortunately, it means that you have to commit another 1.5 hours a week by yourself by watching those videos. All right, so we have those videos online. It's gonna be on YouTube. I'm gonna have a YouTube playlist for everyone, and we're gonna watch those videos. And then most of them, they're like 20 minutes or 15 minutes. It's not very long, but you will have multiple videos a week. So please watch them before you attend the class. So if you're on the Tuesday session, you should watch those videos before Tuesday. But if you realize that, oh, I can't not really make the Tuesday sessions because I haven't finished it, so I want to attend the Thursday sessions, which is also fine to me. So feel free to leverage any of these 2 sessions. You don't have to stick to one session. I'm gonna teach both sessions anyways. So it's perfectly fine that you attend the Thursday session. It's gonna be the same content. But please make sure that you watch those videos. And then by the time that you come to the classroom, come with your questions. I'm happy to repeat or answer your questions for those contents that you don't understand. And also, actually, I prefer you give me feedback. So telling me that, hey, Tiffany, actually, this part of the video, I can't understand it that much. Can you explain that to me? I'm happy to explain it. And also, I'm happy to re-record those videos for those that with the majority of the questions. So please give me feedback so that I can constantly improve those videos in the future. Any case, so those videos will be online. So you need to learn that before the class. And also, as I said, they're not going to be taught, but I can repeat some of them. But also, they're very essential. When I say essential, it means that those are exactly the things that you need to know when you accomplish your assignments and a final. So, and also like the course, the in-class lab, which I will talk about right after the slides. So, and we will release all those materials through course website. Now you already know the course website. I just, write that on the board. If you see that, you see like the schedule. Now you only see the slides of today, but also I will release the videos in the future through the website. So make sure that you track the website constantly so that you can get the videos. And normally the videos, the overall length will be, I would say, like less than 1 hour a week. Sometimes it's like an hour, sometimes it's maybe only 30 minutes, like accumulatively. You will have maybe 2 or 4 videos a week, and each of the videos spans like 15 to 20 minutes long. Okay, does it make sense to everyone? Good, cool, okay. And then in terms of in-class lab, so I will have a Zoom link here, and every time that I give classes, I will, Zoom the class to everyone. but I really, really encourage you to attend in person, just like what you did today. By the way, perfect. You know, you guys did an amazing job. Not only find a classroom, but also be here and then, you know, show me your faces, because this is the best way for us to interact, to know, you know, if you get confusions or not, or not. And I like that, you know, we have a lab here and I can just walk around or even help you debug right away when you're doing this lab during the class. So that will, I want to guarantee that if you come to the class, you will perfectly finish the lab, you know, at the end of this class. So I think that attending the class should be the most efficient way for you to accomplish those labs, in-class labs. And those labs does count credit. So make sure that if you can come, just come over here and I'll help you out. Okay. And then every time that we have this in-class lab, it will be an online challenge. So it's like a CTF challenge that you will have a demo today later on. So don't worry if you don't know what it really means right now. Okay. But like on the high level, what you need to do is that you just need to follow the steps to write a program, and then to connect to the online service, and then to write a program to interact with the service to get an expected output, such as to get a flag or be able to log into the computer and type something over there to like record your trace over there. And then those trace or the flag content will be counted as your class participation. Okay. And then the course video will also be released online later on, but it's not guaranteed that this video will be released before the class participation registration deadline. Because I really want to make sure that you come over here, you learn something without just like watch the video or screenshot the program and then get a flag. Okay. Yep. So as I said, like we will open the lab as an online service until the end of the day. So it's like if you join this Tuesday session, you're going to have a service that's not going to be closed until the end of the day. You can just keep, you know, trying it until the end of the day. So it also means that it is okay that you don't finish it when you enter out, like at the end of this class. I don't want you to feel that every time that you attend, it's a test. It's not a test. You don't really have a very sharp deadline. You have a soft deadline. And also, like every Tuesday, I have an office hour right after this class. So if you don't finish that, come to my office hour. I will keep helping you. All right. So again, the goal is really not to punish you for not participating in class, more of like give you the credit that you deserve by attending the class. All right. And also, you know, as I said, you can submit a solution anytime. And also you don't have to be in person. I highly encourage you, but if you have any emergency, you can only attend remotely, do that. I'm fine with it. Also, you know, as I said, you don't have to finish the lab during the class, but the course video may not be released during the service available time. It may be released tomorrow, which means that you pass the deadline and you won't be able to submit a flag if you don't participate in the class. All right. So the lab, as I said, the lab will be in the way that you will connect to a server and then interact with the server. And you can use command like netcat, nc command. And let me know if you ever heard about this command before. You know about nc. Okay, good. Okay, and let me know if you have ever used Mac or Linux operating system. Good, thank you. So most of you guys have used Linux or Mac before, which is nice. But if you don't, if you have only used Windows before, that's also fine. Windows should also have something similar to nc command. I think Windows has Cygwin that also supports this command, right? So search that, take this as your task number 1 before your next course, before the next week class, okay? So make sure that you can use nc command or anything with that so that you can connect it to the server and then you can interact with the service. All right, and also course preparation. Many of you have, I mean, not many, but like a decent number of you guys have emailed me and asked me for prerequisite. So I would say what you must know is having, or what you must have for this class is to have a Linux machine or virtual machine. You can use the school's Linux server, which is perfectly fine. But still, I encourage you to have a Linux virtual machine installed in your laptop if you're not using Linux operating system, because in this semester, we are going to use Linux and then analyze Linux binaries intensively. So please make sure that you have a pleasant working environment, something that can make you feel happy when you debug or when you run those binaries. Okay, feel free, like customize your desktop, make it as pretty as you want, customize your shell, customize your bash, just do it in the way that you feel comfortable with. And it's okay that you told me that, hey, Tiffany, actually, I spent days to customize my working environment, which is perfectly fine. It's just like you decorate your office place, right? So do it, make yourself happy about things that you have to use for at least one semester. All right. Okay, and then course grading. I suppose this is something that you guys care the most. So we are going to have, assignments and a final CTF. It's a final exam, but like it's a take-home online way. And also in-class lab participation. I call it in-class milestone points. And if you notice, the sum of them, they're above 100. This is 110%. So this means that everyone will have a chance to get over 100 and get an A+. Okay. And also this means that even if you don't participate any of the class, even if you just give up all the participation score, you will still have a chance to get 100, which is like A+. But like if you have 0.1 above 100, which is the 99.9, sorry, that is A, not A+. Okay, so just so you guys know, so I make it in a way that you're not obligated to be here. You're not prisoner. You don't have to stay here every time, but also you have a chance to get A+. So we'll have maybe 3 to 7 assignments. I haven't decided yet. So let's see how the course flies, and then we can coordinate according to the progress. And we'll have a final CTF in the last 2 weeks of the course. So the class should be done before May. I don't really want to use the actual exam week. So like you should be able to finish this course before the actual exam weeks. Okay. Okay. And then communication. As you already know, we have a course website. So feel free to get all the information from the course website, and we will release all the information through the course website too. Besides course website, we're going to use Discord to communicate. Hopefully many of you already have a Discord. And this is the Discord invitation link. Try that. If it doesn't work, let me know. It shouldn't expire throughout this semester. So it should always be there. So if you click the link, you should be able to go to our Discord channel, Discord server. And all announcements will go to Discord's announcements channel. But also all the information will be on course website. So even though that you don't track announcements, well, actually, let me say that again, because there will be something that you can only see from the announcement website. For example, if you found that there's something wrong with the assignment, we'll tell that, hey, actually, we're now taking down this assignment for now because we need to maintain it. And later on, when it's up to live again, I will announce that through announcement channel. So I highly encourage you to use Discord to communicate with us. And also, we will deprioritize email communications. So I will track Discord first. If there is any single message from Discord, even though that I have 100 unread email about the course, I'm going to prioritize that single message from Discord. Okay, so the best way to shoot me down, to find me, is through Discord. And we're not going to have Canvas. I just don't like to use it. Sorry. All right. So besides me, we have another great TAs for this class. We have Auntie Priya and Bonnie. So I see that Ati is online. Let me move. Yeah, Ati, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi everyone, I'm Ati Priya, and I'm a second year PhD student at CEFCOM, and welcome to the class.
Yep, thank you, Ati. So yeah, we're gonna have 2 TAs, and I'm very proud that this year, all the TAs and instructors are female. So we are trying to build this, kind of like inclusive and also diversified environment by going to another extreme, which is like female or minority only for the TA and instructors. Hope you enjoy it. Okay. So then office hour, as I said, I will have office hour right after this course, but please give me some time to finish my lunch. So I'm going to start with 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. You can also Zoom to my office hour. It's the same link as the course link. So just click that URL, you should be able to connect with me and talk with me. Feel free to, like during the office hours, feel free to tell me that, hey, Tiffany, can I make a private room to talk to you? I won't do that. That's not a problem. You're also more than welcome to share screen with me. Like, Tiffany, I'm doing this assignment, but I don't know how to do that, or I'm getting stuck in this particular challenge. Can you help me debug it? I can do that. But please don't abuse that. It's just like, we have so many people in these classes. I want to make sure that everyone has an equal opportunity, to ask and get their questions answered, okay? And also, usually if it's just like debugging problem, I would say let's share screen in public so that other people who may also happen to have this problem also can get their answers. Let's just make our communications more efficiently. Okay, and also Ati will have her office hour hosted on Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. All semester. And also for January, she will have additional office hour on Friday from 2 to 3. Okay, and you have her Zoom link as well. Feel free to use that and ask her questions. Okay. I have to re-emphasize this because this is very important, because we have to exploit a lot during the semester, but please stay ethical. You can only hack those services that are permitted to hack. So hopefully, please don't hack my server, like the server that hosts other services. However, if you happen to hack it accidentally, let me know, okay? I will be happy to know that if you find any vulnerabilities from my servers, and which some of you guys did in my past software security class. I have a student who attended this class who found a bug from my hosting services, exploited it. He got threatened after he hacked the computer. Just to be fair, I told him you cannot do this ever again. However, because of what he did, I recruited as an intern, and then later on he became my PhD student. So there is a potential opportunity and / benefit here, but please don't change other people's stuff, okay? So if you find a way to hack into that, let me know. I would like to fix my stuff. I would like to improve my self-security, right? And also, if you happen to find something bad from your classmate's computer, also, you should let them know. Stay ethical, okay? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. And prerequisite. So some of you also asked me about, what kind of skill is needed, since you do want to pass this class, preferably with a high score, right, at the end of the semester. So those are the prerequisites. First of all, you need to know C. I assume that you already know about C pretty well before you start this class, because we're going to touch many things about memory. So it's like pointers, references, dereferences, the use of memory. And then I will talk about things like stack or heap in this master. It's okay that you don't know too much about it at this point. And I will cover that during the class. Although you may need some extra effort to catch up, I still think that it's doable. But like for C, it is pretty essential. Make sure that you know about those like memories, like you pass something, an argument, you pass a pointer as an argument into the function. What does it mean, right? If you're changing a dereferenced pointer, what does it mean? What's the type of the pointer, right? Is that in start or in the star star? What's the difference between these two types, right? Okay, so make sure that you know about it. If you don't know about it, you will have 2 weeks to catch up, like starting from now to 2 weeks after. Next class, next week, you will see videos regarding that. So, but then the week after next week, we will touch the actual stuff that assumes that you already know everything about it. So please make sure that you know about them. Okay, and then the second is x64 assembly. So you need to read them, just like you read English. But like you don't have to be fluent. You don't have to write them by yourself. But like if you read something, if you see an instruction, say MOV, I want you to know what it means. Okay, so I would say, or you have a way to really like use it as that you have a good dictionary so that you can look it up every time that you come across it and then like handle it very fastly. That's also fine to me. So we're not gonna talk a lot about reverse engineering in this course, which means that we don't request you to like read assembly and understand what exactly the program does very intensively. There might be like bonus scores that regarding that, like I'm gonna give you a program, but not giving you the source code. And you're gonna just read the program from the binary and then understand what it does. But this is not gonna be 80% of the assignment. It's gonna be like very small amount of the assignment. So if you wanna get A+, then I think you need to understand x86 and x64 assembly very well. But otherwise, you still should be fine if you just like, I have a dictionary, I have an online resource that every time that I see an instruction, I know how to look them up, okay? All right, and then third about Python, you will write programs in Python and you will write programs intensively in Python. Most of the challenges, most of assignments and CTFs for this class, the solution are written in Python. And also I expect you to write, write Python for those assignments. And the reason for that is because we don't really want to reinvent wheels. And for many hacking or binary exploitation pawning libraries, they're written in Python. So I want you to be able to reuse them. So that's why I kind of demand you to know how to use Python properly, okay? Okay, and then the next is Linux. As I already said, you need to have a Linux virtual machine or actual machine or the server console so that you can use Linux all the time. And then last but not the least is Bash, because you're gonna interact with Linux using Bash and you're gonna like interact with services, with those servers using Bash as well. So make sure that you know those commands, those like normally used commands for Linux or Unix operating systems. Okay. Okay. And I have a more complete list. You can just see that. You can refer to the policy, and also most of the content that I mentioned today, they're also already in that policy page. So if you want to look it up, feel free. Okay. Yeah. So again, what you need to do. I like to give people a concrete to-do list so that you know what you need to do next. So before next class, make sure that you have a Linux environment. And also, please go over those videos and the slides that I will post at the end of this week. Well, I hope that I can post it even earlier. But yeah, please track the website so that you can see the post and the videos as early as possible, so that you can give yourself more time to go over them. All right. Question? Yes. Sorry, can you say it louder? I don't have subscription for this class. We need to figure it out ourselves. Oh, no, everyone has. Oh, you already have a, everybody. General sort of, yes, that really works. Sorry, say it again? Yes, we're gonna be talking a lot.
So the Linux or Python, I believe, is quite complicated. In terms of which stuff it's quite complicated. It's not as good as something that-
But can you install Python 3?
It's very hard to get used. I just combination of concepts for the general service and of course 68 for the security. But that is something to do.
Okay, yeah, so then you need to install, but also Python has Python 2 version. You can just like downgrade to Python 2, because for us, it doesn't matter the two version, you use Python 2 or Python 2 for this one. But I think in any case, you could use general, but if you use Python 2, make sure that you knows Python 2 very well, in the sense that if I'm gonna program something in Python 3, you know how to always interpret that in a Python 2 way, okay? Also, but still, I encourage you to have a virtual machine installed, because in that way, you don't have to connect to a network to do the assignments, to the homework. So having a virtual machine, I think it will be the best solution. And I think most of us students, you should have a free VMware supported by ASU, right? And like not anymore. Oh, really? What happened? Okay, yeah, VirtualBox also definitely works. Yeah. No, right. It doesn't work with the new Mac, because new Mac like M1, you cannot install that. And most of the courses, the assignments are actually 664. That's a good point. In that case, another way that you could do is that we're gonna set up the website contains the CTF challenge. And from there, you will have a web interface that you can log into a Linux server inside that website, and you can start from there. However, the GUI really, really sucks. So another way that you can use your own terminal to SSH to that place and then configure your own console from the Linux server. So that's a possible solution. And another possible solution, I would say, I don't know if Linux, like if ASU's general server supports Docker. If so, you can install the Docker and have a Docker container, which you will become a sudo. You will have you will be a super user, and then you can just install whatever you want. Yeah, that's a possibility. And another possibility, I'm not sure if it works, but feel free to explore it. And if you happen to find it, like if you figured out if that works, feel free to just say that, announce that in the Discord channel. I don't know if AWS has any free tier instances, because you don't need a lot of computation. I think that if you just use the free tier instance from AWS, it should work pretty well. Yeah, so that's another option. Okay, yeah. And if you keep having questions about how to have a Linux machine, let's chat. Let's talk about that during Discord channel, and then let's help each other on setting up the machine. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Good. Okay. So we're going to have a lab today. As I just said, we need to take participation from now on. So please connect to this server. And if you're using Linux or Mac, you can use Netcat. If you're using Windows, you can install Cygwin and then install Netcat. And then try to connect to the server and then log yourself there, record yourself there. And to me, I am also going to show you So please connect to, oops, sorry. 107.21.135.41. And the port is 1111. Yes, please. What's the difference between is like the one, the letters and the digits is not like the whole digits. Does that make sense? It's not like the 10 digits. Yeah, right. Yes, you're right. Yes, you can do it again. Yeah. Yes, is you're right. Okay, I already see many of you have already logged and taken participation. Good. Let me know if I have any questions. Yes, the letters. Some of them has like digits at the end, but some of them don't. But like, yes, that's the one. Okay, for those that has finished, has taken participation, if you still have time now, since we're not, I mean, we still have some time for the class. Try if you can write a Python script that connect to the server and then take the participation. Okay. You're gonna do that for the next week also, but like this time, let's do it. And then next time you can just use this as a template and then slightly change the interaction with the server. Yes. Because the lab will last until the end of the. Yes. All right, is everyone done with your registration? Or done with the participation? Yes, yes, good. No more questions? Good. Okay, let's call it a day. All right, thank you, everyone. See you next week.